just want the news, they want the truth. What others hide, I bring to you with evidence. Politics, corruption, human rights. No filters, no fear, just facts. I don't stop until the system shakes. Hello and welcome. This is Trending Daily and I'm your host Makhdoom Shahabuddin. Ladies and gentlemen, can one country change the course of a global crisis? Can diplomacy succeed where threats once dominated headlines? Today, the answer may lie in Islamabad because Pakistan is hosting a defining moment in modern diplomacy, a moment where dialogue is replacing confrontation and where one nation is emerging as a bridge between rivals. Today, Islamabad is not just a capital city, it is the center of global attention. High-level delegations linked to the United States and Iran are converging here for critical peace talks. These discussions come at a time when tensions between two nations had reached alarming levels. Military threats, strategic warnings, and fears of a wider regional conflict had pushed the world to the edge. But instead of escalation, there is now engagement. And that shift is largely being credited to Pakistan's timely and effective intervention. Just days ago, the situation looked very different. The possibility of direct confrontation between the United States and Iran was real. Global markets were reacting, oil prices were fluctuating, and uncertainty was growing. At that critical moment, Pakistan stepped in, quietly but decisively. Through backchannel diplomacy, Islamabad helped open lines of communication. Messages were conveyed, concerns were addressed, and most importantly, a temporary pause in hostilities was achieved. This pause created the foundation for what we are witnessing today. Formal peace talks taking place on Pakistani soil. One of the most important questions being asked around the world is this: why did both the United States and Iran trust Pakistan? The answer lies in consistency, balance, and credibility. Pakistan has maintained stable working relations with both Washington and Tehran over the years. At a time when direct communication between the two sides had become difficult, Pakistan became the channel through which messages were exchanged. It conveyed proposals from one side to the other and ensured that responses were delivered without distortion. This role as a reliable intermediary built confidence on both sides. Pakistan's geographic proximity to Iran and its strategic ties with the United States placed it in a unique position that very few countries could match. It understands regional sensitivities while also being engaged with global power structures. That combination created trust. Even at the peak of tensions, both sides showed confidence in Pakistan's facilitation role and were willing to engage through Islamabad. Iranian leadership also acknowledged Pakistan's efforts in helping reduce tensions and move toward a ceasefire, highlighting the level of trust Islamabad was able to build during a highly volatile situation. This trust did not emerge overnight. It was built through careful diplomacy, consistent messaging, and a neutral approach, focused entirely on peace. This diplomatic breakthrough reflects coordinated leadership and strategic vision. Prime Minister Shehbaz, Sharif, and Field Marshal Asim Munir played a key role in initiating diplomatic outreach through direct engagement with international stakeholders. Alongside him, Field Marshal Asim Munir played a strategic and stabilizing role behind the scenes, ensuring that Pakistan's security perspective remained aligned with its diplomatic objectives. His role was critical in maintaining strategic balance, strengthening communication channels, and reinforcing confidence among global powers that Pakistan could handle such a sensitive responsibility. Together, this civil-military coordination projected unity, seriousness, and reliability. One of the most critical achievements of Pakistan's mediation was facilitating a pause in hostilities. This was not just symbolic, it was strategic, because without a pause, there could be no talks. The ceasefire reduced immediate tensions and gave both sides political space to step back, reassess, and re engage. This is where diplomacy truly begins. Pakistan's efforts have been acknowledged internationally. Major global players have expressed support for its role. This growing recognition signals something important. Pakistan is being seen not just as a participant in global affairs, but as a problem solver, a nation capable of contributing to international peace and stability. Hosting these talks in Islamabad carries both symbolic and strategic importance. It sends a message of neutrality and trust, a message that this is a space for dialogue, not pressure. For both the United States and Iran, choosing Islamabad reflects confidence that discussions here can be constructive and balanced. This is a defining moment for the city itself. Islamabad is emerging as a hub of diplomacy and international engagement. The significance of these talks goes far beyond politics. The US-Iran tensions have had global consequences. Energy markets have been unstable, trade routes have been under threat, and investor confidence has been shaken. By helping bring both sides to the table, Pakistan is indirectly contributing to global economic stability. A successful dialogue could ease market pressure, stabilize energy prices, and restore confidence in international systems. For years, Pakistan has worked to reshape its global narrative. Today marks a major step in that direction. From being viewed through a narrow lens, Pakistan is now being recognized for its diplomatic capabilities, its ability to engage constructively, and its willingness to take initiative in moments of crisis. This is not just a moment. It is a transformation. At a time when global tensions are rising, Pakistan has demonstrated that dialogue is still possible, that even the most difficult conflicts can find pathways toward resolution. This approach reflects a broader vision where countries act as bridges rather than barriers. While today's talks are a major step forward, the road ahead will require patience, commitment, and continued engagement. Differences remain, and trust will need to be rebuilt over time. But the most important step has already been taken. Both sides are at the table, and that itself is a progress. For Pakistan, this is a defining diplomatic milestone. It highlights the country's potential to play a larger and more influential role in global affairs. It demonstrates strategic maturity and reinforces its position as a responsible international actor. As discussions unfold in Islamabad, the world watches with cautious optimism, because what happens here could influence not just one region but the global order. And at the heart of it all is Pakistan. A nation stepping forward, a nation building bridges, a nation earning trust on both sides, a nation proving that peace is possible. This is Makhdoom Shahabuddin. You were watching Trending Daily. See you in the next episode.